Hi, everybody. We're having a little bit of a connection problem, but here we are. So, welcome to the Self-Love Life. And today what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about what if I don't feel it? What if I don't feel it? You know, sometimes we don't always feel self-love. And we're going to talk about what that means and what it means in a self-love life. Because you're going to have a lot of gurus, all the big wigs that are going to go around. I don't know if that's the right thing to call them, that are going to go around and say, well, if you do this, this is going to happen. And if you do this, you're going to feel this. But the fact of the matter is that may not be true for you. And what we want to do here is to help you to live a self-love life. So hi guys, you know me, I am Cindy Sharp. I am a speaker, an author, and a therapist that helps people to connect to themselves in a loving way by leaning into spirit and loving up this human so you can get out on the road of living a self-love life. And I have a question for you, and you're welcome to put this in the comments. Can you hear a chicken in the background? I have a chicken, he's outside, and he somehow or the other wants to be with me, and he's right outside the window. So if you hear him crowing away, you just know that's part of me being loved. Okay, everybody, so here's the scoop. So the subject again is, what if I don't feel it? And it's really important that we kind of take a look at, how does our life feel? But more important, what is it that we want going forward? And I'm not saying those feelings aren't important, so just stick with me, because I know some of you are going to go, oh, I'm not going to watch anymore. Feelings aren't important, but of course feelings are important. But here's the scoop. I had this really neat experience this week when I was talking with a group, and after my talk, one of the gals came up to me. Quite a few people had quite a few questions for me, but one particular girl just really stirred my heart in an absolute loving way, and I just completely connected to what it was that she needed. And here's how the story went. Is people were coming up and they were asking me questions. Should I do this? Should I do that? And thanking me, and you know, all the things that happened in that scenario. And this one particular person just kind of came up and was just kind of talking about their life and sharing a little bit about where she was at. And you know, she was, through my eyes, just an absolute beautiful human that was living a self-love life through my eyes. But through her eyes, I don't think she was seeing that. But she wasn't really directly saying that. So as she was talking, and she's just kind of going away, you know, doing her chat about herself, I do this, what I call like a little pattern interrupt, and I just leaned right in and said, are you feeling loved? Are you feeling your own self-love? Are you feeling like you're living a self-love life? And when I did that, she kind of leaned back. You could tell I kind of woke her up a little bit about from where she was at. And it gave her the opportunity in that moment to really share how she was feeling. And you know what? I was right. She wasn't feeling a self-loved human. She wasn't leaning into her spirit or her soul. She was really feeling like her value and her worthiness here on this earth wasn't that important. So I spent some time talking to her and coaching her and doing a little bit of, we'll just call it quick one-on-one therapy, which I do with lots of folks. And what I did in that moment was really allow her to see her life just a little bigger. You know, sometimes we don't need to go, woo, you know, way up here, life is so great, life is so wonderful, but we just need to get ourselves in that energetic field of a little bit more enlightened, a little bit more loved. And when she got herself in that place, she was open to hearing some things that she could do to change her life so she could feel more self-loved. And this is where I want to talk to you about the feeling part. And that is this, is we don't feel perfect all the time. And this is where, in this human experience, we just beat the derriere out of ourselves, derriere. We beat our derrieres up. Don't exactly know what I'm saying, but I know you get what I'm saying. So what happens is we beat ourselves up, then we take our energy down lower, then we beat ourselves up some more, we take ourselves a little down lower, then we go into hiding and all sorts of other stuff happens. And of course it depends on you. But the deal is this one important thing, is that you have to know in all moments of your life that you are willing to lean in and to live a self-love life. So that means in those moments when you're not feeling it, you still have to be willing to lean in. You have to be willing to not judge. And when you do that, the energy and the feeling of this self-love life comes flowing in. So one other short thing on that is a lot of people get confused with self-love and self-esteem. And there's times when we feel really great about ourselves, but our core being still hasn't really completely enveloped this whole self-love life concept. And so what I want to say is self-esteem is a good stepping stone to living a self-love life. And a self-love life is like encompassing all of your life. You know, it's not just about loving yourself, but it's about the energy that you feel about everything, your relationships, your career, your home life, your hobbies, all the things that collectively make you the being that you are and that you live in every single day. And I call that the self-love life. And so anyway, I wanted to just share that a little bit about self-esteem, just so you know that. But let's get back to this really great human that I met this week and how she wasn't feeling self-love. So I sat and talked to her for just a few minutes. I was getting ready to go to another event and I just didn't have a time to spend a lot of time with her in that moment. But I shared with her a few little things that she could do. And I shared one small, tiny thing that you can do. And so this is an action plan for you this week. And you know, we're in February. This is a month of love. So if you're going to commit to doing something for yourself, this is the month to do it. Because it's not just about relationships, it's about this relationship with yourself. And here's what I told her to do. I told her to get out a journal or a workbook or a notebook or whatever you want to call it. And I told her to put it next to her bed. And I said, all I'm going to ask you to do is this one very small thing, which is very tiny. But sometimes we just don't take the steps. And the steps is that part of being willing to live a self-love life. You have to take a few action steps to get yourself there sometimes. So what I said is put this notebook on the side of your bed. When you wake up in the morning, what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to write one thing that you hope happens today for you in this self-love life. Whatever that is, just a dream, a hope. Maybe it's, I just feel good today. Maybe it's, I get to go see this wonderful friend that I love. Maybe it is, today I feel that I can love myself. Whatever it is. And you do that in the morning. And then at the end of the day, you go back and you look at that and you write one more thing. And that is, how did I feel today based on the fact that the first thing I did was I chose to live a self-love life. And so here's the greatest part about this story that I absolutely love, is that this happened last week. She did it for a few days, and she contacted me yesterday, and she says, Cindy, I can't believe how that small, tiny little thing has completely changed about how I look at my day and how I see the world and how I see the beauty, not only in me, but in everything around me, because she was making a choice to do that. And the thing is that little things like that can make a huge difference in your life, but be willing, move in, lean in to the perfection of who you are. Lean in to a self-love life, this all-encompassing, wonderful thing. And if some days you don't feel it, it's okay. because you have an action plan. You can start in your morning. You can have your little notebook. You can write in there what it is that you're going to do to live a self-love life. And then look at it in the evening. It's that simple. It is 3 minutes in the morning and 3 minutes at night. So here's what I know. You have 6 minutes in your life. You have 6 minutes in your life to create this this beautiful thing, this self-love life. So that's it. I'm going to hold you to it. Now, if you decide to do this, will you just let me know? Let me know how it feels for you. I'd love to see that, just like this gal, that you have some big movement or big shift in your life around your own self-love and the own positive being that you are, that you're able to get yourself out there in a better, more loving way. So I'm going to sign off. I'm Cynthia Sharp. If you have any questions or you would like to get a hold of me, go over to the selflovelife.com, and I will gladly support you and help you in any way that you need. Other than that, what I'd like to say to you, is don't forget that you are loved. Don't forget that your soul loves you. Don't forget that your body loves you, works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And do not forget to step into the self-love life. So everybody, I want to send you love, peace, and joy.